Yeah. Oh my gosh, chat.
I got it.
What?
I
What'd you do?
forgot I muted.
Oh, congratulations. You're not muted over here, by the way, so it works.
It's fine. Everything is perfectly fine.
That's loud. That's okay, though. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I have a headache, mild one, but I have water here on the floor.
I have two
Floor
waters.
water. Chat, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good one. Goodbye, Jojo. Thank you for re-upping on your membership for 2 months here. I need to do a membership stream. I'm a little bit late on that. But kinda it's been a little bit rough to do things like recently. I've been moving around here.
It's been busy.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been crazy. Chat, I don't know if you know this, but I am no longer a Texan. I'm okay saying that now because I'm gone. I'm going back briefly, but I'm gonna be gone, like literally a couple days later. But how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Are you doing good, Temp?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. Good. Day going all right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, after what I told you today, on top of like the whole, like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you don't need to.
I don't need to explain that to chat, but I'm doing great.
Personal things not related to me, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Awesome. I'm glad that people are doing pretty good. Chat, I'm streaming at the same time as I normally would. Yesterday was a little bit different because I wanted to like do a test. I wanted to do a test for things. But now I think things are gonna work. I have not seen any hiccups. We shouldn't have any hiccups, honestly, because I have an Ethernet cable now.
Unlike yesterday.
Yes. So, chat, let me explain. I am in between housing right now. And the reason why I'm in between housing is because I am leaving a situation. I will not talk about said situation until after the move has completed. And I am able to talk about it. At the request of my friends, I have decided not to. Well, and like at the request of my friends and just kind of like in general, I'm not going to talk about it until I leave. So I don't know when I will stream. Like, so here's what's going to happen. There is going to be a stream tomorrow. I am going to stream tomorrow. What that stream's going to be about is up for debate right now because I'm just not sure. But I will be streaming tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, I have to go. I have to leave. I am leaving Tuesday morning to go back and get stuff. So, I will be heading back to my old domicile. I will be finishing the packing of my vehicle. And then I'm gone. I'm honestly... from the IRS. No. Well, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be definitely very funny if that were the case. But no, that is not the case. Instead, I am just going to better housing.
Welcome, sourdough. Welcome, potato.
Welcome, everybody. So, yeah, that is what it is, and you know, I again, like I mentioned, more will be touched upon in the interim. I just can't talk about it right now. But I imagine everybody's okay with that. I imagine everybody understands that, you know, sometimes life happens. You know, you have to uproot everything that you've known and everything that you've, you know, come to enjoy. Well, actually, besides my friends here, besides my friends online, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how much I've really enjoyed the last couple of years. It's been really, I'm saving it. I'm saving it, chat. We'll put a cork on that. until I can actually talk about it. All right. We're gonna put a cork on it until I can actually talk about it. But what I will tell you, chat, is I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back. I know that Temp is probably excited to jump back into Nightwave Live. Do you actually like calling it that? We kind of named it that, and I wasn't quite sure if you enjoyed the name.
No, that works for me.
You like the name? You're okay with it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's what we're calling it. At the very least, on my end.
Sorry,
if you want to name it something else.
I am going to be low energy, chat. I did some exercise, like about an hour, 2 hours prior to stream, and I'm beat. I'm tired.
I thought you were going to say that you took a gummy and that you're
not
just,
yet.
Like, out of it.
Not yet. I will be, but not yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I am just tired because I've been slacking on my exercise, and I'm paying for it.
Yes. Is Temp swole? He
No!
will become swole. He will become that way, chat. See, here's what you don't understand. Temp is one of those guys where it will happen eventually, but until it happens, the answer is no.
Because today is chill, I am probably going to be playing something. I just don't know what yet.
You know what? I'm just going to keep it on the just chatting screen for the moment here. Oh, that's okay, chat. We're just going to keep it on just chatting for the moment, and we're just going to talk.
Yeah!
We'll jump,
tell me big.
We'll jump to the game here eventually.
I'll admit, yeah.
But yeah, how is... Minus everything that's been going on, how's your week been?
Good.
Good. What have you been doing besides playing Zelda? Because I have... but I feel like that's all you've told me that you've been doing recently.
And Final Fantasy 16.
And Final Fantasy 16. Right.
Which I finished.
Oh, you finished 16?
I finished 16. And both of its DLCs.
How was it?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Do you think it was worth the wait to come to PC?
Yes.
Okay.
I did have some performance issues. I don't know if it was poor optimization or if it was de novo.
Let's blame it de novo.
Well,
Chat.
The only reason I'm not certain is Square does have a track record of poor performance of of Final Fantasy games specifically on PC. But counter argument to that, Yoshi P specifically said they delayed it because of that. They wanted to make sure it was the best possible experience when it came to PC.
Right.
It wasn't just it's done, throw. They actually spent time optimizing it. So I think it's probably more on the part of de novo.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I'd be willing to bet that is kind of how it is, you know.
But even despite the performance issues, I had a fantastic time with it. And that came out last year. What? Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3 also came out last year. If I had played it last year, that'd be a hard fight for me.
You think so?
Yes. That was like...
I mean, I guess without spoiling it, why?
When a game can make me want to do side quests, you got a good game.
Okay.
Every side quest was voiced.
Oh, go ahead.
Every side quest felt like it had an impact on the world. Like, it felt like there's the main story, but it also felt like the side quests were an extension of the main story and not just a side quest.
Right. See, chat, some people might hate me for this. I actually hate side quests. A lot. I just don't like them, period. So, I feel like that's going to be the only thing that slogs me about when I do eventually play 16. Do you know if it's been getting rated better now that it's on PC?
Let me see how it's doing on SteamDB.
Okay.
And I'll check the Steam page as well.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So the Steam page says mostly positive with 6,038 reviews. So 77% of the 6,038 reviews are positive. So it's mostly positive. Okay.
Mostly positive.
Oh wait, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. That's not the right website. Hold on. Steam. Oh, it's steamdb.info, not .com. Eh.
Beautiful. Valentine's, thank you for the sub, by the way. By the way, chat, again, if you weren't here yesterday, we didn't really celebrate it yet, but I did hit 10,000 subs. Massive, pretty cool. Very few people on the internet have been able to do that, and I'm very grateful for everybody that's helped me get there. It's probably going to slow down a little bit now because I used a mixture of ads on YouTube to advertise my shit. And so the way it works is like you can say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Do you want to subscribe? And people can choose to subscribe based off of a video of mine. And so that's what I did for a little bit, and it helped out. But I've turned that off, and I'm not going to say why. Well, I turned it off for a couple reasons. One, you know, now that I hit 10,000, it's just like it's a cool little milestone. Two, I'm kind of unable to afford that right now. I'm kind of unable to afford my the ability to pay for YouTube advertising right now. There's a few more reasons, but I'll wait a little bit to explain that. And if I remember, and if people ask me to explain it, like in the future, I'll explain it. But needless to say, I've turned it off right now, and so I expect the growth is gonna be a little bit slower. However, my plan right now is just to like when I am no longer transient, because technically I am transient right now, is the fancy term for homeless. When I am no longer homeless, I will be making videos again. I already kind of know what I'd like to do, so it's just gonna take a hot minute. Did I see what happened to Jack Doherty? I did. Tim, do you know who Jack Doherty is?
I know the name.
Okay. So he is an internet influencer. He's got a decent amount of stuff. I don't know, like, he might be one of those TikTok people who got famous on TikTok. I am not entirely sure where his prominence came from. He's just one of those guys that I don't care or pay attention to because he's just an internet person.
Yep.
But he recently got some heavy flack because he crashed, what was it called? It was a McLaren, I think. He crashed he crashed one of those cars that you don't know the name about. And the reason why you don't know the name of the vehicle is because it's super duper expensive and you'll never be able to afford it in your lifetime. It's one of those kinds of vehicles, you know. So he was live streaming, like literally, I saw clips of this. He had the phone in his hand. Okay?
No, I saw the clip. Yeah.
And he was live streaming and was just like, okay, chat, I'm gonna tell you something here, all right? If you're gonna file for an insurance claim, don't do that, because they will take one look at your live stream and say, yeah, buddy, that ain't happening.
Oh yeah.
That ain't happening for sure. So he gets into this crash. I think he even like calls the insurance people and they're like, we're not covering this. I don't know, because I know he called somebody and they're like, yeah, this ain't covered. And he's like, oh, are you serious?
Of course not, because you were a dumbass who tried, you know.
How did he survive? It's a good question. Okay, let me tell you right now, chat. Dumb people survive dumb things. All right, that's just unfortunately a fact of life. Like, smart people die, dumb people live. It's just something that happens. That's not always the case. It's not always the case. But like, I am assuming that like it wasn't as bad as it was, because I don't know what he hit. I imagine he hit something like I hope he didn't hit somebody. But like he hit something and he's alive. Honestly, even though the guy's stupid, and I'm sure very insufferable, I'm glad he's not dead at the very least.
Yeah.
Because death is never fun. I don't really wish the death on anybody. So you reached 10K. Are we married now? Yes. The wedding will happen eventually. It just cannot happen at the current moment. The wedding will occur later.
It will happen, just not yet.
Yes, there needs to have some things taken place before.
Like
it
finishing
happens.
moving.
Guardrail. Yes, I need to finish moving.
So you did ask me, like how the player numbers were doing for 16.
Yes, I was.
At an all-time peak of 15 days ago, 27,508. Now
good?
that we're getting close to a month, that's not a lot.
No, it really isn't. It's kind of sad.
But Factorio has a demo. Occo's like, I actually bought Factorio for Occo like 2 years ago.
I own Factorio. I just don't play it because Satisfactory is more fun for me. And that's not a dig at anybody or anything.
Yeah, that hurts
like
because I paid full price for that game for you.
Okay. I've played Factorio for multiple hours. You know, I've had times where I've played it for multiple hours, alright?
No, I know.
It just doesn't click. And it's probably... I was listening to some videos about why Satisfactory was so successful. Because now that it's come out and I have bled myself into the algorithm looking at tutorials, that is some of the few videos I get. And one of the videos I watched is just like why it was so successful. And it took the idea of Factorio, put it in 3D, made it more chill, and also just added upon it.
Yeah.
So, yes, Factorio is a great game. I'm not going to say it isn't, because it is a good game. The problem is that Satisfactory just kind of walked up and said, you know what? I'm going to do that, but my way. And everybody likes it. So.
No, yeah, I'm not denying that.
Yeah, really quickly, Wolf, thank you for the 199. Can't stay up, no Wi-Fi. GA, have a nice stream. I hope you have a good rest. And you can watch the VOD tomorrow if you are inclined to do so. I appreciate you for the 2, though.
PlayStation games have a declining reputation on PC gamers. It's not surprising. 16. Well, no, it's a Square Enix game. It's not even that it's a PlayStation game, even though it isn't exclusive to PlayStation. Like, 16, it's a Final Fantasy game. It has the name brand of being a Square Enix game.
It does, but here's the problem. And then this is something we discussed a little while ago when we heard it was coming to PC.
Mm-hmm.
It has the problem of being a game that people were very interested in when it came out.
Yes.
Now that it's out...
It's been out for well over a year, too, technically.
It might not get as much love, just because, unfortunately, it's just... Okay, I don't like singing songs here. I'm going to switch this up. It's unfortunately going to have the effect where it's just too old now.
No, yeah.
And it's really unfortunate and sad because 16 is a game that was like made by some of the best writers in Final Fantasy 14 and had one of the best producers probably in all of Square Enix, and yet it's in the spot that it's in.
So on that note of like that's one of the best producers in Square Enix.
That's what Yoshi P is, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
So you know of Hironobu Sakaguchi, right? You've heard that name before?
I've heard the name. What has he done?
He is the series creator. He is the Akira Toriyama of Final Fantasy, essentially. Like Final Fantasy came from his head.
Okay.
So he left Square Enix many years ago. But he still has a passion for doing video games.
Yes.
On Apple Arcade a few years ago, he released a game called Fantasia, which was basically like a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy. I think it got a remaster called Fantasian Neo Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming to Steam and probably consoles on December 5th.
Okay.
This game is the brainchild of Sakaguchi. It is also been ported by Yoshi P's studio.
Okay.
And Sakaguchi has flat out said that a lot of his inspiration for this game was Final Fantasy VI, which is widely considered to be one of the best games of the Final Fantasy franchise.
Interesting.
So this game has quite a few eyes on it.
No, I can definitely see why. Well, thank you for the 199. Congrats on the 10K now for 100K. We'll work on that. See, here's the thing, is now that I'm, like, not so concerned with, like, my living situation, which I will be more inclined to talk about here in a couple of days, when everything is all said and done. I feel like I will have more renewed sense for making videos, and I promise you guys that, like, next year is gonna be like a year for more content, and I'm really excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Question
Really
for Occo
excited.
and Temp: what are your favorite Final Fantasy games? Mine is a tie between 7 and 9. So
14 is the only one I've really played. No, wait. You go first.
I've been playing. So those of you who don't know, I've been streaming all the Final Fantasy games. I am currently on Final Fantasy V, as far as my streams are concerned, and I have played to completion 1 through 5, or 1 through 4, 15, 14, 15, and now 16. And if I had to say, 14 and 16.
You cut out there for a moment. No, you're fine.
Will my opinion change? Yes. I'm positive my opinion will change. But 14 will probably stay up there forever. Now, I do know there is actually quite a bit of a constant debate whether people should even be saying 14 as far as like among their favorite Final Fantasies, because it's an MMO. I think it is still a valid choice. Honestly surprised, but people will say 7 or 5 or 3. I've never played 7. I played like little bits and pieces of like the original 7 and remake. I've played, so I started with Final Fantasy 13, and I played tiny little bits and pieces of 7, 9, 10, 12, and 13. But the only ones I finished are 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, and 16.
Mine, because some people asked. I have not played very many Final Fantasy games, but I have played Crystal Chronicles on the
GameCube.
No, not GameCube one.
No.
It was for the DS.
Oh, okay.
It was for the DS. There's a DS version.
Okay.
I like that one the most because it gives me the most memories of my childhood.
No, that's fair.
It is one of the very few games that I actually have a game guide for. And I really, really, really like it.
Sorry, I saw that Ira said that in Nobu Uematsu's last Final Fantasy game he made music for. I think that's part of the reason why anyone who's a fan of classic Final Fantasy should be paying very close attention to Fantasian right now. Mm-hmm. Because it is made by Sakaguchi's new studio. It is ported by Yoshi P's studio to like consoles and PC. Yeah. And the music is also done by Nobuo Uematsu, who basically like the brain, like these are the brains behind Final Fantasy, literally. So if you care about Final Fantasy, check out Fantasian.
I'll be interested, yeah. But yeah, chat. Oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Because like my plan was like I have so for those who don't know, I've been playing games that came out in 2024 to like at least finish them. So by the end of the year, I can do a stream talking about like my games of the year essentially. Mm-hmm. Because the Game of the Year awards or the fucking Game Awards are rigged and don't matter. So I want to talk about my own experiences. And I was like, okay, well, there's no games in December that I care about. And then I saw Fantasian come out in December, and I'm like, shit. So I will probably be playing Fantasia in December.
Factory's Immaculate. There is a lot of time that's gone into. Okay, chat. You wanna know what I've been doing? When I took my break, this is what I did. I like literally before I moved, I spent 3 days just doing nothing but Satisfactory. Because, and just to give you an idea, when I get like into a sucky mood, I literally just play video games because that's all I do. It honestly distracts me from BS, so that's just what I do. So I spent a couple of days just playing Satisfactory and unlocking stuff. I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to start unlocking Phase 4. Have I made a water tower? No, I haven't made anything that warrants one.
Yeah, I realized the Game Awards were rigged when Last of Us 2 somehow beat Ghost of Tsushima. In the end, it doesn't matter for Sony because they're both Sony games.
No, yeah, as long as it's a Sony game, it doesn't matter which one wins. They still get the win. It's just whichever one is woker to them.
I'm gonna be honest. It became more obviously rigged to me when last year Hogwarts Legacy wasn't up for Game of the Year.
Oh, I agree.
It doesn't matter what your opinion of the game is when that game can beat Call of Duty.
I agree. I agree. It's... I don't know why I just went back to here in order to do that. Because I didn't need to, but there we go.
Because Hogwarts Legacy sold so much that it surprised people.
It did, yes.
Like, it beat sales records for 2023. So.
Well, it sold so well because everybody was told not to buy it. By the way, Ted, I apologize for the echo. There's not much I can do about that. There's nothing in here except for a bedroom and a desk. And there's nowhere for the... Chat. Oh. Chat. I've been looking at apartments. This apartment I was looking at. I'm fairly confident I can get it. I'm going again tomorrow. I'm gonna put in an application. If I can get this apartment, it's gonna be so nice. Because the closet, which is where I would do the streaming, is nice and open and insulated. And so no sound is escaping that bitch. It's gonna be so good, and I'm so excited. But I will probably never take any pictures of it.
Doing any Halloween streaming? Me and Akko have talked about it.
That depends.
It does depend on, like, the situation.
It does.
I think both of us would like to do one. It just depends on if we have the time.
I have the time and I am completely moved. If I'm completely moved, the answer is maybe. I think I will be. I'm just not going to promise anything yet.
Yeah.
So I will say it's a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, though. Have a gaming dungeon.
But
yeah, so the apartment I looked at was really nice. My apologies. I didn't mean to cut you
you're
off
fine.
there.
But if anyone wants to see us do a Halloween stream, I mean, recommend some games anyway. Because, like, there's so many out there that, like, I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I'm not a horror person. I could care. Like, I give zero shits about horror. I don't care. I don't like it. Horror is just not my thing.
Amnesia the Bunker. I don't
No.
have that.
Nope.
The temp said no, so we can't
I don't
do
think
it.
so. Nope.
Is that a single player game?
Yes. RE5?
Oh, so you can
RE5
do it.
is co-op. Welcome, Nerdy. How is Zelda? Zelda is fantastic. I was actually telling this to Akko earlier, and because it's a chill stream, I don't mind talking about it. Echoes of Wisdom might be a sequel to Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, you did bring that up as a possibility.
I did.
You did. How about you talk about that for a moment? Talk about the game so far, just as a whole, because it's been out long enough that I feel like it's okay
Yeah,
to talk about.
it's been out for A week and a half now, I believe. It is fantastic. It has definitely taken a lot of inspiration from Tears of the Kingdom, while also being a more traditional Zelda. Like, you know the complaints that I had about Breath of the Wild, and how it just didn't feel like Zelda, and how Tears of the Kingdom kind of improved upon that, but still didn't have, like, that Zelda feel to it. I feel like Echoes of Wisdom kind of fixes all of that, where, like, it's very clearly Zelda. And not because that's who you're playing as, but, like, it is what you would expect out of a Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want single player or multiplayer horror games? Preferably multiplayer.
It's been not easy, hasn't it?
The game is actually, like, it's not been hard. It's been frustrating. And I'm gonna fully admit it.
You've had to look up the solution, right?
I've had to look up a few solutions because I'm a dumbass. So the game, for anyone who doesn't know, has a system called Bind, which is essentially Ultra Hand from Tears of the Kingdom. But because this is a traditional Zelda game, my brain doesn't think, use Bind, grab. My brain says, brute force it, because that's just what Zelda is. There's either a puzzle or you brute force it. Not, there's a solution to everything, it's just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think in, like, playing this game in the same mindset of, like, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm playing this game in the same mindset of, like, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Link's Awakening.
Right.
And that's messing up my brain so much that I've had to look up a guide, and then I look it up, and I'm like, dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Content warning is fun. Content warning is fun. You know what? I know Ryan really liked to play that game. Maybe we could, like, get a couple people together and do content warning for Halloween.
There's also the other game I showed you a clip for it. What is it called? Hold on, I need to bring up our DMs because I sent you a short with it. No.
Like, I'm down to do that kind of stuff, chat. Hit me up. I need to do stuff with you.
Lockdown Protocol.
Too.
So the one the one I'm thinking is called Lockdown Protocol, where it's essentially first-person Among Us, but, like, it has a built-in, it's 3-day players, built-in first-person view, built-in proximity chat, and you can kind of work with other people and also kind of like team up and other things. Like, I don't quite know how it works, but I've been seeing stuff on it, and it can be scary, but also it definitely just seems more like chill and colorful and fun.
Which one?
So glad that you're listening to me.
No, I apologize. I am hearing you. I'm just like, which one are you talking about?
Lockdown Protocol.
Lockdown Protocol. Okay.
The reason I'm bringing it up is $10 in Steam, max price. So,
okay.
Like, if we needed to buy
scary?
The problem is it's not scary, but it could be a fun, like, group thing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Here, I will send it to you so that way. Okay, chat. You want an idea of how much I don't do horror? I will tell you how much I don't do horror. I bought...
Oh, they're calling you a baby.
Resident Evil 2 Remake. I was in the opening area with the gas station as Leon. I saw a zombie in front of me on the ground,
ran away.
And my brain said, that one's going to jump up, and I know it. I still walked towards it, knowing it was going to jump up, and I still got spooked. Despite the fact I knew it was going to do that, it still jumped me.
See, yeah, Chad, don't make too much fun of Tim. He doesn't like the spooky stuff too much. And
I only really
you know,
tolerate it when I'm with other people.
Mm-hmm. It's fair. It's totally fair.
Like Dead by Daylight. Like, yeah, I can
That's not really that scary though. Like Dead by Daylight is one of those games where it starts off scary, but the moment you're with friends that start making funny noises, it doesn't matter anymore.
I have already went through 5 on original hardware. That's cool. That element, that's cool. Dead Space 3 is a 2-player horror. Some people would actually call Dead Space 3 not a horror. Because it definitely, to some people, it felt like it took away the horror aspect for more of like an action adventure type. Almost kind of what people called Resident Evil 5 and 6. Where like it is very clearly built on top of like the horror aesthetic, but it's just not. Now, here's the interesting concept as well. Any games that are horror that we decide we want to play but we don't have it, there is the Steam Halloween sale coming up. So if we want to play something that is horror for a decent, reasonable price, because Occo has to start paying off debts, so I'm not going to push buying stuff. But if it's something that we do want to play and we're adamant about playing it and it's cheap, we can buy it. For like a decent
Thank
price.
you for the update, Festiva. I'll take a look at that. I guess the Godot guy is like started going crazy.
I mean, we knew that.
Which is, huh?
We knew that.
Oh yeah.
Dead Space 3 is mid. I have some interesting memories of Dead Space 3. I would have called Dead Space 3 bad, but what is borrowed trauma?
Bro is losing his marbles. Yes. Okay. I think that's enough of enough of an intro. Not really. We've just been chilling. I mean, like chat tonight is chill.
Yeah. Tonight,
like I'm not in my regular setup. We're not doing our regular thing. Hopefully next week we're able to do this again. It depends on if I've completed the move. Tonight is just to be chill. Excuse me.
Absolutely. Like if we bring up topics, we'll bring up topics. But tonight we're pretty much just shooting shit.
No, we are gonna bring up topics. That's not the issue. The issue is just like I have not been being on it.
Right, but we don't have to do it the entire
Just
stream because we've committed to just shoot the shit and chill.
Yes. No, yeah. Yeah. Have you considered modded Minecraft? I have played modded Minecraft a lot. It got boring after a while because, like here's the problem with modded Minecraft. You play it once, and you play it a couple dozen more times, and then you've played it all. And it's just like, I like modded Minecraft, but I can't, like... I need a break from... I went back to vanilla because modded Minecraft got boring to me.
Yep.
Which is crazy to say. We need a community Minecraft server. Well... I'm gonna talk... I have to talk to the other two. I'm not gonna talk about, like, that process right now. Because, again, I need to wait till I'm done moving. But, like, I've wanted to do a Minecraft server, and I know the other two have as well. So, once things get sorted out, we'll talk about it.
Oh, chat, I just saw this. And this is going to kind of line up with the topic tonight. Dragon Quest XI S is on sale on Steam for $20. Buy it.
Oh, do you want to talk about Dragon Quest first?
Sure, we can talk about Dragon Quest first.
Okay. Do you have a picture or a blurb to bring up, and I can...
I do.
Show that.
At least I should.
This looks so jank.
Here, I'm just gonna DM it to you because there you go. So as long as okay, let me rephrase. A lot of you know.
Apartment.
I mean, if you don't want to play Dragon Quest, that's fine. But this is why we're going into this topic. During Tokyo Game Fest, Yuji Horii and Kazuhiko Torishima, which basically are the original creator of Dragon Quest and one of the original people at Jump. Not, I want to say Jump Festa, but that's the convention. Jump Magazine, whatever. Did an interview at Tokyo Game Show where they talked about how they don't understand what is going on in the West with like censorship and the wokeism and just kind of like, but why can't you just play game for a game? Like he literally says, in Dragon Quest, you used to be able to choose between a male and female main character, but now you can't choose between a man and a woman anymore. We have to label them as type 1 and type 2, and he doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
This interview sparked so much controversy and basically kind of made people go from and I was in this position of like I'm not sure if Square has a DEI department or not, because they removed Sweet Baby Ink's page. They kind of quietly deleted their DEI page and everything, and there were a lot of signs that they just were moving away from it and maybe just had like remnant leftovers from development.
Yeah.
And then this interview happened where Yuji Horii said, everything that we talked about. And then Square scrubbed it.
So they got rid of the entire interview.
They got rid of the entire interview.
How long did it take for them to do that?
About a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they just not know that these two intended to talk about this?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
So it took about a week. The interview is still up in some place like Rumble and Internet Archive. It is still up. But where Square could get to, it is gone. But it is the internet. This interview is never going away.
No, the interview is never going away. I'm sure it's been re-uploaded multiple times already.
Oh, absolutely it has. But the problem with this, and I think this became more apparent, is the same day that they removed it, that they scrubbed it from the internet, they made a post saying, hey, we're doing a Pride live stream.
Oh, no.
Square is actively shooting themselves in the foot right now.
See, chat, Square is one of those people that I really just don't know where they sit. Because you think that they're going to change. They're like, oh, we're gonna step away from X, Y, and Z. And then they do this. And I
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I really don't know how I'm supposed to feel, because it just...
They're doing...
Like... Go ahead.
Square... No, to be fair, John Bell does make a statement. It is the American Square Enix account that made this post. Not... the Square Enix... the primary Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the American branch that tweeted this.
Right.
But that seems to be the common conception, is that it's always the American branch. I'm not saying the Japanese are innocent here. They clearly, Bandai Namco, Sega, there's a few, Capcom, like there's a few up there that are like, it's not a good look. It's irrelevant. If they don't nip this in the bud, it will kill the company. Exactly. Now, obviously, they haven't doubled down like Ubisoft did.
No, but...
I think Square is kind of playing it safe, where they're like, hey, by the way, we support you. But they're not being, like, uber... doubling down like Ubisoft, like I literally just said.
Right.
I think Ubisoft is going to be the thing that kind of starts really... Sorry, a motorcycle just went by. You probably heard that.
I did, yes.
We're gonna see
I did.
companies like Capcom, like Square Enix, like Sega, like Bandai, all embrace DEI in some way or shape or form. And then Ubisoft's gonna come in and embrace the shitstorm so much that it's going to make companies like that go, wait, hold on, maybe not.
See, I don't know. And I've talked about this with a couple other people in a couple servers. I think it's gonna be a long time before we see stuff like that actually like
Oh yeah,
hurt them legitimately.
no, yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
Because it's not for money at this point, and people, you should know that. If you don't, chat, these companies are not doing DEI because it makes them money. And if you believe that that is why they're doing it, it's a delusion that you need to stop believing. That's not why they're doing it. They are doing it purely as an ideology.
Yep.
It is purely to create the next generation. Because if they can convert the next generation, it doesn't matter if they lose money. Because the next generation will provide them with plenty of money if they can convert people. It's all about conversion and turning these people into the next generation of what they want. It's kind of sad that that's the case, but that is unfortunately what the thing is going to be. That's just what it is. So for now, I've talked about this multiple times, you need to continue pushing back.
Yes.
You know, it's not enough just to not buy, because not buying, they don't care. You need to actively push back, and it's gonna sound really dumb and possibly gay if I say it, but you need to like do what Tim Pool does and create your own thing. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
But you have to create your own shit, because you have to, the culture war is not won, and again, I just feel weird saying this. The culture war is not won by you just not engaging. The culture war is won by you creating a culture that outdoes them, that's more enticing for the people that they are trying to take the attention of. And if you can do that, that will be a lot better, and it's just gonna overall be better for you. So I believe that it's just not enough.
No.
It's not enough, and I'm not trying to say that to like get people down or anything, because that shouldn't be that shouldn't be the case. What it should be is, you know, now you have to change your tactics, basically. You can't just do, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going in a loop right now, but like, yeah. It's uplifting. Yes, it is pretty uplifting, because I think that, like, you know, it's not over, but we are winning.
Yes.
And we're winning because it's very obvious, and I've noticed this from family members and friends of family members who have kids who are growing up in the next generation. They hate this. They don't like this.
A lot of people are going back and playing like classic games. They're going out and buying PS1s, PS2s, GameCubes.
Yes.
NESs, like they're going that far back. I don't care how much money they have to spend. They're even emulating. Just because they don't want this stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree. And like it's thankfully we are getting a group of people, and I do believe that it's going to get better as time goes on, that are adverse to that. I think the problem that we're going to have to watch out for is getting people that are so anti against that we create the harsh adverse to it. Because let me be very clear right now. I am not like any political... I don't consider myself under any political leading.
Yep.
But like, I consider myself mostly in the center. Because that's where it is most comfortable for me. My worry is that we're going to create people that are too far on the other side that are going to try and restrict what we like, and I don't want that at all. So we have to be vigilant to make sure that the wrong other side of things doesn't, take over. That, if that makes sense. We don't need Puritans. Exactly. We don't want Puritans.
So here,
they suck.
Here's what's funny. When you consider what we're saying now, and then we look back
Thank
at
you,
that
Bongo, for the
interview.
raid.
Oh, Bongo ready here, let me.
Yes. Shout them out, sir. Welcome, Raiders. Very much appreciated. We're talking about a culture war right now, chat.
So in the interview with Yuji Horii, he flat out said what it feels like the West is doing is worshipping a false god.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Now, some people have
agree
said,
with that.
oh, this is an interview that was mistranslated. I think he meant exactly what he said.
Oh no, I think he did too. I agree. I 100% agree. I think that... Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I think that they are trying to make it sound like he is misspeaking because they don't want to upset people, and it's just like, no, he's being very accurate here. The West is worshiping a god, and if the West doesn't stop, it's going to hurt itself.
I made an interesting post. I don't know if you saw it. It was after the interview came out. And I said, it's sad to think about it, but I'm thinking over Yuji Horii's statement about Dragon Quest III HD 2D, and if you consider it, our gaming culture today, our entire Western culture, is in fact akin to a classic JRPG story. Those of us fighting the fight against what we are seeing going on in the world
so gay.
are fighting a cult, an evil cult hell-bent on making the entire world fall and join worship to their god, all under one banner, all for the good of all. It doesn't sound gay, sure, but it's true. If you really consider what is actually going on, and you consider almost every JRPG story from the OG days, from the 90s or early 2000s, this is what that is. That's 100% what we're in right now. Is it a bad comparison? Maybe. But I think I'm right on the money with that.
Right. I don't know. I love your hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love my hair too. That's why I haven't chopped it off yet.
Love temp model? Good.
Me too. It was $50. Best $50 spent for him, besides all of the cool art I've bought for him.
I didn't need to see this. This just came across my feed.
Oh dear.
Ewan McGregor reportedly says Disney and Lucasfilm currently exploring ideas for Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. No! Cease! Stop!
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. $50 is $50? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no. He's not wrong. Very true. But I don't know. I could harp for hours about how we as a people just need to come together. And some people are gonna think that sounds dumb, but I think we need to come together to fight against the common enemy of people that just want to ruin the fun shit. You know what I mean? I know that there are people that are just gonna ideologically disagree. However, I feel like most people can agree There's a lot of stuff that we just need to put our differences aside for. Otherwise, people are just going to ruin what we like. And I don't want that to happen. And I know for a fact that there's, people that are on either side of the political spectrum that would just prefer to have their shit left alone.
Yep.
You know? So, like, I feel like most people can come together and just say, you know what? Screw off with trying to change the culture that I own, that is mine. And I don't know, I feel like we'd be a lot better if we did.
So, as is typical for my stream, at about an hour into the stream is what I call chill hour.
Chat, don't forget to like the stream. Go to YouTube if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel. I know I have a few people on Twitch. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 10,000. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Like the video so that more people will come and see it. It has potential to be seen further in the algorithm. Like Temp's stream as well.
I'm actually going to link my YouTube in your chat. So if anyone wants... Well, we're chilling, and we're both here together.
Yeah,
I'm allowed.
I just thought it was funny.
So... Totally not me milking your subscribers.
Oh, you're good.
Don't tell me to do something I've already done. I'm going to tell you anyway.
Exactly.
On the note of Japan... did you see the PlayStation Store exploded?
No. When did this happen?
The last couple of days, the PlayStation Store went down. Not the DDoS attack. This wasn't the DDoS attack. This is something completely different.
This isn't uncommon. This has happened all the time.
Do you know why it went down?
No, I do not.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh, I did hear about this. I heard that like people were gonna go insane over it.
It has broken sales records.
Yeah, it's one of the... When I saw that was something that was gonna come out, I was just like, okay. Sony suffered for a while. They're gonna be just fine.
Well, this has come out
like,
and
here's
everything.
the thing. Right,
Minus
but
Twitch.
I believe this Sony is... I think Sony's gonna be the ones to make bank on this.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And Chad, this is one of the things that like kind of sucks. Is even though you can give Sony a lot of L's, they just need one W to like show people that they know how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes.
Now,
unfortunately,
this is kind of harking back to what we mentioned earlier about Bandai Namco. This game is developed by Bandai Namco.
Mm-hmm.
Bandai Namco lately has doubled or even tripled down on DEI. Now,
they have, yes.
Now, here's something that you can kind of... I'm hesitant. I've seen some clips. But it doesn't look like they DEI'd this game. Because if you DEI Dragon Ball, you're going to have problems.
I'll just gonna be straight out, chat. If you DEI it, the Mexicans are gonna riot.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be weird here. Like, literally, I worked in a workplace where literally all of the Latinos talked about how much they love Dragon Ball. People might laugh, but that's legitimately how a lot of them were. It is like a big thing to them.
Now,
and if you mess it up, they're gonna get pissed.
Now, the lines I am seeing are translations, like so American English translations. And apparently, now this is from what I'm hearing, some of the voice actors made their own lines. And they're in the game.
Oh, that's not good. Sony's not going anywhere? No.
No, Sony is not going to go anywhere.
Not. That's the... Like, you know, as much as it sucks to say it, yeah, Sony's kind of just right here. And there ain't nothing we can really do about that except for continue to not buy from them and hope that eventually that they do have to suffer in some small way.
Pretty much. So the clip in question I'm talking about is from one of the actors where it's basically a clip of Goku saying, not in so many words, fuck around and find out, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't specifically say fuck around and find out, but it's heavily implied that's what he means.
Right.
And some people are like, this is cool, but that's also not like Goku.
It's not, no. Tano, thank you for the gift membership. I appreciate that.
Like,
I
does
haven't
it
seen it in a hot minute.
on paper sound cool? Yes. But that's kind of like more of a Vegeta kind of quote, not Goku.
Tano, thank you for the 2. I appreciate that as well.
Now, do I think bad translations are going to kill the game? No. Because, so, for those who don't know, Sparking Zero is technically Tenkaichi Budokai 4. We have not seen a game in this series, I'm not saying specifically Dragon Ball, I'm talking Tenkaichi Budokai. And since the PS2. No, wait. Hold on, let me... I don't want to be wrong in this, I'm looking it up.
Thank you for another gift membership, Tano. I appreciate that.
Tenkaichi 3, which was on the PS2 in 2007. That was the last time we had one.
Big Moostra, thank you for the gift membership as well. By the way, chat, really quickly, I should say, I have a goal set up. It's a small one because it's going to be used, the money is going to be used to buy potentially a headset that will help me out. I want to do like workout streams for you, chat. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but we're going to... I know kind of roughly how I want to do it. I will be using VR chat kind of to just show my model working out. So if you want to see a workout stream, that is like a thing. But thank you for the memberships. I deeply appreciate it. Very deeply appreciate it. I should say, by the way, chat, your memberships are helping me on. Like, again, I will talk about the debt stuff after I finish. Excuse me, moving. But YouTube money is actually going to be very helpful, and I appreciate it. Aqua and Tema workout stream. I don't think, listen, because of my drama status, I don't think I'll ever be touched by people with A's. But that I would not say no.
Mine is Kirsha. No. Maybe.
Kirsha's not going to touch me. And it's okay.
Well, I mean, she has been in your
Kirsha's
chat
not in
before.
phase. Yeah, she's been in the chat, but like, you know.
But
and here's the thing that you have to understand about drama and I'm okay with it. It's nothing against me, because like I've had positive interactions with a lot of people behind the scenes that I will never talk about out of respect to them. When you choose drama.
Oh, Kirsha isn't phased? Sorry,
No, she's not phased.
Oh, okay.
No. The way that it works is that she's really good friends with Pippa.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that if she wasn't friends with Pippa, it would be a little bit different.
See,
but she's like very good friends with Pippa.
This is why I'm uncultured as far as like VTuber stuff.
You are.
I only have the model because Akko's like, but what if you did? Otherwise, you'd still see the little doggo PNG.
No, yeah. See, the only reason why Kirsha shows up is because they are good friends with Pippa. If she was not friends with Pippa, she would not be there.
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, because like they've been lifelong friends, basically. She's honorary.
Fair.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call it that.
Oh, no, fair. Absolutely fair. But the moonshine animations, what? What moonshine animations? What?
Oh, Moonshine is like a stop motion animator. He uses anime figurines to do.
Oh,
stuff.
Is he the one that's been doing the Kirsha's ones I've been seeing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He like makes custom little VTuber models.
Okay.
The inside joke that she is but isn't. Yes, pretty much. No, like, if I was ever able to have the chance to have her on camera and talk about shit, I would. However, and this is again something that like I apply to all big VTubers. You have to look at the commentary community. Nobody ever talks to them because they talk about drama. They leak phone call. Well, I don't do that, but like. Almost did, but like they leak DMs, they leak phone calls, they leak shit all the time. I'm kind of put in the same bracket. Well, anybody that talks about drama is kind of put in the same bracket because, like, you can't you can't. It's just hard to like associate with that because it is what it is. Anyway, what do we think will happen with Ubi shit? Tencent buying them would save a company, but they'd be a content farm, probably gotcha games. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Because I don't think we talked about that. We haven't talked about Ubisoft yet tonight.
No, I'm done talking about that. So Ubisoft, in the last, I'm gonna say 3 weeks because I'm gonna admit we had stuff on the docket when the shit went down, and we didn't do that week.
Yeah.
So we've had stuff on our docket piled up since then, and one of those things, and let me pull it up so I have like accurate information, was about the fact that Ubisoft canceled press reviews for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Good night, Turney. Have a good sleep. So,
pretty much,
Ubisoft canceled press previews of Assassin's Creed, which raised some eyebrows, considering the game comes out in just under a month. Well, did. It originally did. They have delayed it since.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that a little bit.
But now, not only have they delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows to February, to Black History Month.
Spoiler alert, chat. They delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed. They delayed the new Assassin's Creed, chat. If you want my personal opinion, they know that it's a shit show, and if they release it, nobody's gonna play it.
Yeah, a lot of the rumors are that they are deleting Yasuke, which would be even funnier, considering Yasuke is a black protagonist, and they're releasing the game in Black History Month. So, yeah. I really hope they commit to dropping Yasuke, because removing a black character in Black History Month is just going to be, like, the biggest shit stain on the wall for them, and I love it.
Oh, I agree. It's honestly kind of depressing to look at and think of, because they literally can print money with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is just one of those games you can just print money with, and they have decided to like flip people off essentially, and do whatever they feel like.
The only thing I'm not so sure that's what's gonna happen this time is Suicide Squad. So when Suicide Squad was first announced, they said it was specifically a part of the Arkham universe. So Arkham Asylum, City, Origins, Night. And the Arkham series for Batman is widely considered to be one of the best franchises in gaming ever. Suicide Squad sold like dog. Like,
it still is.
It's
Even
still going horrible. And with how much horrific press has been happening with this game, and the shitstorm that Ubisoft has been brewing, I'm not so sure this is going to do good at all.
No, I don't think it will.
They've had, like, negative marketing. They've had lots of marketing, but it's all been bad.
Yeah, they haven't really marketed, period. So, it's going to be very interesting to see just what they do. So, like, I don't know where it came from, but, like, the rumors are that they are removing Yasuke from the game.
Yep.
Do you know where that came from?
I heard about it. I forget the source.
Okay.
I should have put it in the docket,
Craig
but I
made
forgot
mention about that, but like, I just know that like it is something that people are hearing that it could be removed. I don't think that's going to save the game.
No.
Personally.
Absolutely not.
Like legitimately, I think that you would have to redo the entire game almost. At this point.
Absolutely.
I don't know, because like here's the thing: the main character is literally a slave turned into a samurai. I don't know how you could like say, oh, here is this Japanese man who was a slave and now he is a samurai. I don't know how that really works. You know, I don't know how you get that to work.
Wait, who
Will
the
they
fuck?
put in the place for Yasuke? They'll
Um,
put the female assassin in
no,
there. Because there's a
actually,
female assassin
I don't know
too.
if you heard about this. So Yasuke, when he was added, Yasuke was specifically added because of George Floyd. In development, there was originally an Asian assassin, and they replaced him with Yasuke because of George Floyd.
This sounds like
But
where
that
did you read about this?
means
Because
they had a model.
sorry, go ahead.
That means they had a name. They had everything for who the original assassin of this game was going to be. Meaning, they might be able to just cut Yasuke out, spend a couple more months on voice acting, slam the new model in, which is probably going to look dog now, because, like, Star Wars Outlaws, dog. But,
Yeah,
still there. Still exists.
that would be funny. Thank you for the 199. Like Parrot 4chan says, sell. Yes.
Demion did a video. Yep, Demion did a video about it. Word is they model Yasuke face off Saint. Yep. Yes, they did. You can actually see it in his face. So, it's not a good look. And on the note of Ubisoft, I sent the video in your gaming general, or it was your general in your server. For those of you who do not follow Star Wars Theory, he was kind of in a big drama thing a few weeks back. He made a review of Star Wars Outlaws, calling it the worst game he's ever played. Now, keep in mind,
Which is probably
he is a massive Star Wars nerd. He loves Star Wars so much. I have watched him play and watched him watch, like he does watch parties and stuff like that. And he flat out said in his interview, I struggled to play this game. And he actually had clips from his streams in the review of multiple times when the game just flat out broke.
Wait, broke?
Broke. Like, oh, the main character fell through the floor. The main character fell through the world. Some of the animations were bad. The AI, just, you could look at the enemy AI in the face and they just do nothing. The mount that you have, the speeder bike, can go to like a max of like 5 miles per hour. The models all look horrendous. Nothing works like version alpha glitches. Exactly. And he posted about this. Like in the video, he showed clips from his streaming of how much it was broken, how bad it was.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is where he truly went off, because he's played Star Wars Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, these games, and Darth Vader was in both games. And the actor, so they basically, I think it was an actual actor that they kind of pasted James Earl Jones' like AI approved voice over top.
Yeah.
And this actor did the same voice in Outlaws. But he even said, if this is the same actor, what the fuck happened? Because it sounded so lifeless. And even though, like, when you hear Vader, you know, you can definitely tell it's, like, kind of robotic, kind of, like, not human, just kind of, in a way you could understand, lifeless. But he has so much emotion behind his voice. And that was not there at all. And with Vader being one of his favorite characters, you can imagine how upset he was when they butchered it.
The Star Wars guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that.
So
I imagine I would not be very happy about that personally.
no. And on top of the fact, he lives in Canada, and he flat out mentioned that the full cost, so players could have it like 3 days to a week early, was 160 Canadian dollars.
Jeez.
To say he roasted in the interview is an understatement. He was pissed. Understandably so.
See, chat. We are like. I'm struggling to find words to say, but we are like approaching an age where shit just is like the games are just. Again, the problem I am seeing is we have decided that it is better to hire diversity than talent, and you're seeing that in real time. I feel like legitimately in real time, we are seeing the dumbing down of a product because people are choosing diversity over a good product. And it's not me trying to be mean or anything. That's just legitimately what I see. I see, like, it's just so sad to see that these game companies, they could make great stuff, they could do good things, they could, like, produce actual stuff.
160, did you say? Yes, so 160 Canadian dollars. Hold on, what is the price?
This is
US?
This is where it lands. This is where it lands, you know. I just, and like this is something that like kind of bothered me, and I saw this when I was talking about FEMA the other day, because like FEMA is going through this. I saw a slide, you know. I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it on stream because it like frustrated the fuck out of me.
Okay, so for context, chat, he said 160 Canadian dollars. It's 130 here for the best version of Outlaws.
Chat, I'd like to ask you, is there such a thing as equity in emergency response?
Is there? Yes. Should there be? No.
I think that this is disgusting because, like, literally, when there is an emergency going on, everybody should be given the same opportunity. They're like, legitimately, this is disgusting. For those that don't know, equity is everybody gets the same outcome no matter what. Equality is everybody gets the same opportunity. You don't put equity in emergency response. That's like saying that everybody gets the same amount of water to put out a fire. Like, imagine if the fire department came with one fire truck and they could only hook up water for like a couple minutes. That's what this is saying.
Oh yeah. Welcome, Try. Oh my god, it's a dog. It is a dog.
I look at this and it's just depressing. It's hyper depressing to me. Because you don't need to do this in order to be a good person. You don't need to pretend that you can fake diversity by saying, oh, by the way, we'll make sure that, we'll quote unquote equal outcome. Because here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing that sucks. Everybody getting the same outcome means that everybody suffers, because everybody getting the same outcome means that you're not getting quality. Because the quality comes from not offering anything and allowing people to all work for it themselves. But when the government is like, oh, everybody's going to get the same outcome, that is ripe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That is just ripe for disaster. And, I don't know, I'm not political at all, but like when I saw the vice president yesterday say that they are committed to sending all of our resources to Lebanon, basically, I was just like, what about my country? You know, one of my states is underwater right now, and you're telling me that you have no money to help them, but you can send millions of dollars to another country? Is that really, like, is that really what you're gonna do? Like, I have family in Florida, and they've got a hurricane coming up soon. They've told me that they've got a Category 3 hurricane. Now, here's the thing. Florida's probably gonna be okay, because, you know, they've got a good governor there. But, like, bro... what am I? How is my family supposed to feel that the government is saying that they ran out of money for FEMA, and I don't know. I think I get too upset if I continued, but like it just is upsetting. It's just really sad, you know.
I have my own opinions, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
It's probably
because Akko knows where I would take it, and I would probably not stop. So I'm just not going to.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Politics coming for everyone. Yeah, not to be political here, but my country's underwater. I really don't give a fuck about other countries. I'd much rather take care of mine first.
Mm-hmm. Like,
you know?
Would we like to visit Japan one day? Yes, but our country comes first.
Akko, it's your statements like that as to why we're in this spot. We haven't been allowed to be political. I understand. Here's the thing. I'm not a political streamer. I know that I've done the Trump debate. I've done a couple of, like, political-esque streams as part of a meme. But I fucking hate politics. And I wish that, like, I could sit here and say, go vote for whatever guy you feel like, and, you know, everything would be okay. But it's not. It's like this, chat. The moment you force the normie to get into your politics, that's when you fucked up. Alright? That's when shit is gonna hit the fan.
Yep.
Alright? Because I represent the normal guy. Alright? I really don't care about your politics. I really don't care about what's going on in the rest of the world. As long as I have my amenities, my commodities, then I'm good. The moment that you intrude on that, you're fucked. Alright? Because I will vote for the guy to fuck you. Is like the easiest way for me to say it. So if you don't want me to do that, and I don't think these politicians understand that, you leave me alone.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna see, at least I hope we'll see, a lot of people that will become that because they're forced to. Because they have no option. And that's about as political as I feel it. Moving on. People will say that's political, I say that's based. I appreciate that. I'm just tired of it, man. I really am.
I don't blame you.
Anyway, we were talking about Ubisoft. I kind of derailed, I apologize.
No, you're fine. It's just, everything's just a problem. And it does come down to politics, and you're right.
Yep.
Like, that's just exactly what it is, and it sucks.
Yep. Doge, thank you for the fire. I recently got into politics due to the ridiculousness of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing, too, is, and Akko can attest to this, because me and Akko knew each other before 2020.
Yeah.
I wasn't really into politics until COVID hit.
That's the thing, is like nobody was. Nobody cared. Because up until late, I wouldn't really even say that 2016 is the reason why it happened.
No, I could definitely see some
until
people
recently. Oh, go ahead.
I could definitely see some people that like I would watch that when actually kind of started talking a little bit more politics in 2016, but it wasn't often.
Mm-hmm.
But 2020 onwards, oh my god. Actually, sorry, really 2017 to 2020 was bad. But that's, I'm not going to get into that can of worms. But then 2020 hit, and, well, you all know. Our
It's just
governor
like-
handled COVID shittily. Well,
I don't know which governor that is.
I'm a
but
Californian, so you know which governor I have.
I was in multiple different states during COVID. And they all sucked. They all sucked.
Tim Waltz, I'm
He's our
sorry.
governor. I'm sorry.
To be fair, you don't have nuisance.
Anyway, we've derailed.
We have
massively
derailed.
from the topic, but that's fine. We were talking about Ubisoft and how Ubisoft just kind of sucks now.
See, I like nuisance. Nuisance is funny. It's also safe to say, because nuisance is actually a word.
Yes. Gavin French laundry. Oh my gosh.
I saw the Disney Star Wars trilogy and somehow ended up listening to politics and culture. Culture? Yeah. News come, Gavin, nuisance, pick your point. Yeah, exactly. I guess we'll change topic. Because I think talking Ubisoft just gets us really upset and we would derail back into politics.
Possibly.
So I'm going to find a wonderful new topic for us to talk about.
There was Godot.
There was Godot. So I haven't been paying attention to that, so you're free to go.
I have only a little bit. I listened to Under the Tea when they were talking about it. It is my understanding that Godot is kind of like falling apart beautifully right now because they have a community manager that decided to go AWOL, and because they decided to go AWOL, Godot is falling apart, basically. Now, for those who don't know, chat, Godot was already kind of looked at favorably, because when I believe it was Unity, when Unity increased their prices,
Yes, Unity.
and changed a whole bunch of shit that pissed everybody off, Godot was right there saying, by the way, we're not going to do that. We're going to be super duper cool and everybody's going to love us. And a lot of people jumped on the Godot train and was very happy with them. And I think a lot of people by proxy were very excited because, you know, when a platform like that comes around to kind of take on the big guy, you know, people tend to root for them. And for a while, Godot was the cool guy that was coming in trying to beat out the corpo shills. Because the thing, Chad, is a lot of the times, you know, people can disagree politically, but they can align on common enemies, which is, at the time, it was Unity. The problem is they decided to take it a couple steps too far. And it started when, I believe, if I remember correctly, the catalyst was they were talking about woke engines, or just like woke games in general, and then said that they were one of them. And that started getting everybody upset and maybe a little antsy because, you know, whenever somebody does that, they're typically serious, especially when it's on a professional platform. And because of that, everybody started freaking out. Whoever ran, well, it's not even whoever. I know who ran it. They saw their Twitter. The person who ran it started freaking out and blocking people. And then Godot decided to start blocking people's access to the platform. Like, they blocked, developers. Sorry, my brain was just like stopped there for a moment. They blocked developers from accessing Godot if they thought that their politics didn't align with this community manager. And that's not a good idea. They also started banning backers and people that like gave money to them, which is, I'll tell you right now, I've never seen anybody done that. That is a very ballsy thing to do. Like, there are people that do a lot of stupid shit. Trust me, I should know. I've done stupid shit. But like, man, that's dumb. That's like literally just saying that you're gonna shoot the guys that give you money.
Yeah.
Not a good idea, in my personal opinion. Um, and so that happened. And a lot of people started showing backlash. A lot of people started showing their blocks by Godot, which I thought was kind of funny. $20 is their DEI hire. I am pretty sure that they're like another Reddit mod. As with everything, chat, it goes back to it possibly being a Reddit mod,
Yeah.
which is very depressing. Don't find your fans on Reddit, all right? If I ever have a subreddit one day, fuck them. I'm sorry. I don't, like, you know, it's cool.
If anyone's modding the Reddit, it's probably gonna be me.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but like, I don't want non-cool people like managing that subreddit. Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not hiring any mods for my streams on Reddit. I already have a decent amount of mods right now. But like, I'm not getting anybody from Reddit because they just don't know how to manage people at all. And it's really sad because, you know, Godot has been doing good. They've been getting a lot of goodwill from customers and from people, and they've pissed it all away because this individual, like I think they're like a pronouns person, like very heavy pronouns person, they've basically taken over. The sad thing is that the guy who made Godot is also kind of like feeding into this, which tells me that there's probably a little bit more of a problem than just Godot having a woke problem. I think that the entire company is infested at that point. If the guy who made Godot is like backing this and not stepping down, that tells me that the company has more problems within, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And so the fallout of this has been very sad. Because, you know, even though it's funny to watch woke people fall apart, it's still not fun to see a company like be insane. Somebody brought up this screenshot. I'm gonna bring it up right now. It's from Juan Lynette Sky off of Mastodon. Already a good sign because it's on Mastodon. Where he says, "We'll chill from Twitter until after the U.S. elections. Almost all the hate on Godot got over the weekend was pretty much people who had not a clue what a game engine is, what Godot is, or what an FOSS community-made project is. Most of the ones who did were the usual haters. Checking profile of haters, majority of pro-Trump people with weird religious symbiology or people with avatars obsessions for anime little girls. Sometimes I feel like I'm too innocent for this world." So I should tell you already, like, you know... At what point should I stop there, chat? The point where he says that it was Trump people, the fact that he's talking about politics, the fact that he's saying that it's anime people, like, he's digging at some people that, like, he doesn't need to be. And it just proves that, like, these people don't know how to manage a good thing. They don't know how to manage a good thing. They don't know how to keep things going well. Instead, all they know how to do is, when there's a little bit of pressure, they shut down. And again, that sounds kind of rich coming from me, regarding recently. I'll talk about it. But, like, it sucks. Because Godot was the hero of their own story. They just had to shut up, continue making a good platform, and they would probably get a lot of people backing and supporting them. But instead, now they have a platform that has been forked multiple times. It's been forked once to make Redot, which is basically an existing fork of Godot. And then there's one that I saw called Lollydot, which is, I believe, exactly the same things. They're gonna start falling apart. Like, I don't know if it's gonna kill them. I don't know if it's gonna kill the project.
It's gonna severely damage it.
Yes. Pretty much. So, and I think what's funny is Unity is kind of backpedaling a lot of the things that they've done because they recognize that that's going to hurt them. So maybe people will just go back to Unity. Who knows? People might just go back to Unity, chat. At this point, you know, if I was a game programmer, because they are. I've heard that they are like reducing their prices or making it easier for people because they probably know it's a stupid idea to try and force people to pay more money for a project like that, and that price gouging them is a dumb idea. But like, I just don't understand what they were expecting to gain for like legit. Again, the kind of people that this is, they are not smart individuals. Like, well, okay, let me rewind a little bit. When it comes to people like Ubisoft or Square, and they're running the whole DEI gambit, they have an agenda. They know what they're doing. The people at Godot have absolutely zero idea what's going on or what they're doing. And I say that because if they did, they would recognize that the only people that this works for are the people that have shit tons of money that they can waste year over year trying to fund them being woke. They are such a small little thing, they can't do that. They can't just mess around with their budget, because the moment that they do, they're gonna end up like another Dustborn. They're gonna end up like fucking all these games recently that have burned and fallen apart. But they don't have anything to like fall back on. My apologies if I'm talking too much. You can cut it at any point if you want.
I mean, you know way more about this than I do, so you're good.
Fair. I'm just letting you know. Cut me off if you need me to.
Okay.
But it is just depressing because it didn't need to be like this. All they had to do was sit and make money. I mean, I don't know how Godot works. I imagine it's just like one of those open source things that you can donate money to. But I can tell you for a fact, nobody's gonna donate to that no more.
No.
Nobody's gonna give them money for that anymore. Like, the only people that are gonna give them money are the tech bros that are for all of this DEI bullshit. And I'll tell you right now, there's not a lot of them.
No, there isn't.
All of the ones that, yeah, all the ones that are like super duper heavy into that, they are investing in other projects. Okay. By the way, if you have comments about this and you're a member, make sure to use the glow emote so that you can show just how angry you are with everything that's going on. Because trust me, I'm sure all of you guys are positively angry with how this makes you. Because trust me, it makes me angry too. Make sure to use your glow emote. And by the way, since it has been a little bit of time, I'll say this: if you become a member for as little as $1 a month, you can use the glow emote. Very useful if you want to avoid getting YouTube upset at you. Very, very useful. So, there you go. I don't know. Godot's just kind of sad. Because, like, I had some hopes for it to not be a steaming pile of shit.
But here we are. It's a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. My model's been freezing. I probably need to recalibrate it. Wake up.
It is frozen. It looks like it fell asleep there.
Hey.
You're right.
Function. Thank you.
Godot got a boost in income from activists, presumably. Don't know how
Probably.
long it will last. Well, here's the thing, chat. I think the sad thing about those kinds of activists is they do have a little bit of money. But that money does not last forever. Because this is something that you can observe on a micro and macro scale. There is money to be made in being woke, but there's not a lot, because the people that are interested in it aren't that rich. It's kind of obvious to me. I don't know how if other people notice that, but they just don't have the money. It just doesn't exist in a long term for them. And so I do believe that there is like some windfall that you can get from that, but it doesn't last. Like, I've observed this on Twitter, for the most part, where you see you can measure this in micro macro. When you see somebody that says that they're in need of help and that they need money, And it's exactly the kind of people that you would imagine it would be. And they typically, sometimes those people will get help. But on the massive scale, they typically don't get as much help as that they think they do. Unless they're, like, absolutely massive. So... I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
They waste their money on scab? Yes, they do. I'm one to talk. I buy a lot of art. I'm not gonna have it anymore, but I used to buy a lot of art. I still will buy art to pay temp, but like, you know. Anyway, I think that it is not a long-term thing. I think it is a short-term, kind of deal, and these people are gonna hurt for that.
Speaking of art, I figured it's a decent time to bring it up. Did you see the new art I got?
No. Did you get new art today?
It was yesterday. Or
What'd you
last night. Here, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna put it up on stream. So if anyone on my stream wants to see it, it's gonna be up.
Oh, you never showed that to me.
I didn't show it to you?
No.
Yeah, it got done.
Yeah. It's a little spicy for stream. I'm not gonna show it.
Nah, that's why I showed the safe word version. It's fine. It's up on my stream if anyone wants to see it.
I feel like YouTube would get mad at me. I'm sorry, chat. Akko buys Art of Akko. Isn't that skin cooking? What? I have no idea what you're saying, chat. Now, for a little bit, no more art is being bought. Like, I'm making some risky moves here to try and fix shit.
Akko's going nuclear and stabilizing their life. Which
I'm gonna be honest with you, I wish I did it a lot sooner. I wish I did it a lot sooner. And I have nobody to blame for but myself. Okay, game. I have nobody to blame but myself. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about the wider scale of it, because, like, just not going to.
Yeah.
Just understand that, like...
You're still going to see art. It's just not going to be as frequent as it was.
Might be more AI art, I'll be honest. We're trying to be stable? Yes. Here's the thing. I think I can be stable. That's possible. It just requires some extra steps to be taken.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn hot grain? Yeah. So for those who don't know, it's been kind of a running theme in Akko's server. There were some that were really wanting me to get my mascot, Hikari, drawn as a goblin. Myself included. So I contacted Ari about beginning of August to start working on this project. Ari delivered the final project last night.
I apologize. He's probably been working on my projects mostly.
That's fine. I knew Ari was going to deliver.
I know he was working on the model a lot.
See, I was going to message him when we hit another month. But then he delivered it last night. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I don't care how long it takes. As long as he update. And Ari has delivered many updates. So.
Goblin Slayer wishes to know your location. AI art is easy? Yes, it is.
It is.
Big, so the AI art you've done is pretty good. I like it. I appreciate it.
So.
I don't know how you do it, but it's cool.
I'll be honest, I left Discord because there were just too many pings. I don't blame you. I have it muted.
Understandable. I am trying to reduce the amount of pings that I'm doing.
Personally for me, I will do an @everyone ping every time I go live. Otherwise, I typically don't. So it's like 3 times a week I do it, which is, it can be a lot for some people, but it's 1 time. There's 3 times exclusively, 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. So, because I know people don't like being spammed with that.
Referring to the skin Akko already teased with the 8. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I won't talk about that too much. The spicy channels remain muted for me. Probably a good idea if you don't want to see them.
I've mentioned it before. While I am the head mod, I do have Occo server muted. Should I? No. Do I? Yes.
I mean, you're not a mod. You're an admin. There's a difference.
The point remains, though.
Your job is to actually ban people. Mods are there to scream at you.
Yeah.
If you're a mod, you can't have the server muted.
I can, though. I'm
That's
allowed.
neither here nor there. Your job is just to ban people when I'm asleep. Same with Bull.
Ugh.
Same with Bull. So.
But yeah. Oh, right. This is also in our docket for like 2 weeks ago. Power World.
We talked about them.
Did you see a Tokyo Game Show? No, sorry, it wasn't Tokyo Game Show. It was the Sony State of Play.
Okay.
That they announced that Power World's coming to PlayStation.
We might not have talked about that.
I know we didn't. It is coming out everywhere except Japan. Can anyone guess why it's not coming out in Japan? And actually, I made a note of this. I think it was recently in the server. Nintendo typically never does this. Like, they are aggressive when they do it. But they typically don't do, like, going after emulators, going after games like this, unless they are close to a big release.
Which we think they are.
We know Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out probably first quarter of 2025. It is probably going to be a Switch 2 launch title. But, and then you go back to the emulators, Nintendo typically does not go after emulators unless it is either heavily hurting them, which technically, to be fair, it kind of was, because people were emulating stuff like Tears of the Kingdom 2 weeks before launch. That I understand. But at the same time, the emulators are default here. It is the... Okay, technically, Yuzu, because they were getting funds from Patreon. But they shut down Ryujinx this last couple days. Anyway, but Nintendo typically doesn't go after emulators or other games unless it's a big release. And we both know a new Pokemon game is coming and the Switch 2 is coming.
Yes.
So Nintendo has a track record that we can follow with them doing this. How is the remaster of Pikmin 1 and 2? Phenomenal. I played all 4 games last year to 100%, and I started streaming Pikmin 1 yesterday. Love Pikmin. Power World can never breach Fortress Japan. Nintendo will go nuclear. Yep. I mean, Pocket Pair is a Japanese company. The emulator is legal. The piracy is not. That's the thing. Emulators are legal. Piracy is not. What Nintendo got Yuzu for is because Yuzu is a Switch emulator. Very specifically a Nintendo Switch emulator. That they were getting funds from a Patreon for. That's how Nintendo was able to get them. I'm not sure about Ryujinx. That might be just because it's a Switch emulator, but it should still be within the fair rights of it's an emulator and it's not illegal.
Buy Nintendo stock. Emulators are legal. Getting the binary defeat is a different story.
Yep.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't think anybody's going to agree or disagree with that. I think the problem is just that Nintendo is doing it.
Nintendo's being Nintendo.
Yeah.
And this is the thing is, like, because I know this is typical Nintendo, and this isn't DEI, this is just Nintendo being Nintendo, I'm still going to buy the Switch 2 at launch. Because they've been doing this for years, and nothing's going to change. No matter how much you're like, oh my god, we don't like that. Because it's one, Japanese law, and two, it's Nintendo. Like, I don't know what else you want to know. It's Nintendo. And Nintendo is being Nintendo.
Sorry, chat. Just watching the drone come in is so cool.
But I have basically all but guaranteed I'm getting the Switch 2 at launch. Unless it's like $700. Or $600. Apparently there was a leak, actually, by the same person who said the PS5 Pro was going to be $700. Because there was a leak about that before it was revealed. And the same leaker who said $700 for the PS5 Pro said the Switch 2 is going to be $400.
Imagine. That would be really nice. Oh, look how happy he is.
I was talking to my father about this, and he even said, like, I don't see them doing any less than 500 because they have to make profit, which makes sense. But I made the distinction that, like, I think it was about 400 to 450 because they were going to try and make it all back on games.
They could make it back on games, yeah, because they got new launch titles.
Yep. Now, I will admit, I've had a few YouTube shorts come up in my feed, talking specifically about how well will the Switch 2 do, and a lot of these shorts were saying I don't think it's going to do very well, if they call it the Switch 2, or Switch U, or whatever they like. It cannot have Switch in the name, period, because it could very, very well be a situation like the Wii U or the 3DS, where was the 3DS a popular system? Yes. The DS was more popular, though. The only reason the 3DS went as long as it did was because it was completely backwards compatible with DS games.
I'm listening to you. I'm just the drone launched me off.
So I think the Switch 2 will be perfectly fine if it's completely backwards compatible with Switch 1 games. And I do mean completely, which means physical and digital, which is what some of these leaks are saying it is going to be.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Hello.
But a lot of the reasoning is that they can't have the Switch in the title is it's like the Wii U. Parents are going to go to a store and see, and kids are like, hey, I want the Switch too, and parents are going to go, but you already have a Switch. You don't need another one. So if it's, if they don't have Switch in the name, it's going to be better. They are going to make more money if it does not have Switch in the name. Actually, the Switch 2 is rumored to be as powerful as the PS4 in handheld. Which is impressive, admittedly. Considering the PS5 is not much stronger. Is it stronger? Yes. But not a lot. It has to be able to compete with the deck. That's the funny thing, is Valve has flat out said they don't want to compete with Nintendo. They want the Steam Deck to be its own thing. And Nintendo's like, this is competition. Nintendo actively looked at the Steam Deck and this is competition for them. Valve did not. Because Valve doesn't want to compete with Nintendo. Because Valve knows that their system is not a Switch. It is for PC games.
Well, they don't need to compete with Nintendo.
Exactly. Actually, there are some F-Zero games coming out. While they are on the NSO, there is some F-Zero coming.
A Steam will win by doing nothing. They typically do, yeah.
Yeah.
Valve, I don't even know who you are. That's probably accurate.
I mean, Valve does know who they are, but yeah. Nintendo better not emulate. I don't think so. Because, now, here's what I expect, and this is a very Nintendo thing to do. I imagine the Switch 2 dock is not going to be interchangeable with the Switch 1. So, like, how with DS games to 3DS games. So you'd have, like, the DS cartridge, and then the 3DS cartridge had, like, a little lip on it. Hello, I wish you a great night. Well, thank you, West. I do love playing Hyrule Warriors on that sputtery, smooth 25 FPS. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Switch has some problems, I'm not going to deny. Brain just completely lost what I was saying.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no, sorry. The DS to 3DS cartridges. So they had the same thing, but the 3DS cartridges have a little lip on it. So you can put DS games in the 3DS, but not vice versa. So it's possible that you can put the basic Switch in the Switch 2 dock, but you won't be able to put the Switch 2 in the basic Switch dock.
Pretty much. I expect it to be pretty much the same.
They need to keep the Joy-Con being able to click pin. So the leak that we got, it is still Joy-Cons, but instead of sliding in from the top, it is now magnetic and goes into the sides. It just clicks into the sides. Again, everything we're saying is not confirmed, but
Joy-Cons again. Listen, chat. Joy-Cons are fine when they just work.
Yep.
You know? So, just pray that they work.
See, for me, with everything we're saying about the Switch 2, is it going to be bigger? Probably. Not when you have hands as big as mine. Well, okay, so this might sound very sponsorship-y, but it's not. I promise you it's not. Last year, for my birthday, it might have been 2 years ago. For my birthday, 2 years ago. I bought a Satisfy grip. Akko might remember me talking about it when I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically it is a grip, you put your Switch inside of it, and it makes it give like controller, like a grip for like a controller. Fantastic. Yeah. I will probably end up buying one for the Switch 2. Just because it is more comfy to like have like that controller like grip for it.
Yeah.
Again, and the reason I say I'm not trying to shill or be like almost sponsorship-y is because one, we don't have a sponsorship for that, it doesn't matter. But two, there's a few content creators, especially Nintendo content creators, who are sponsored by Satisfy.
Yeah.
I mean, I even recommended Akko get one. Akko didn't get one.
Akko got a controller because I hate playing the Switch on the go.
To be fair, you got the same one. I use the 8-bit controller, the ultimate one, and I love this thing. I like the option of using my Switch in handheld. I barely do it, but I like having the option.
Grip has been ruined by Dr. Disrespect. Wait, what? How? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Anyway, it's been 2 hours.
It has been 2 hours.
Is there anything else we wanted to talk about tonight?
That is up to you. We can either end it now, or we can just kind of shoot the shit and keep going.
Well, we can talk for a little bit. Talk about stuff. Chat, now is your time. If you want to ask me questions or talk to me about some things, now is the time to do it. Obviously, there are some things that I'm going to obviously refrain from talking about. For safety reasons. My safety reasons. But, like, new incarnants, I've heard about that. I haven't actually...
That'd require Akko to play Warframe.
Chat, right now, I've been doing nothing but autism for the last little while.
Yeah. I give
you know
Satisfactory
what? That would
another
be the
2 weeks,
problem.
and then Akka's back to doing something else.
We'll see. That might be why the drones aren't moving.
Steam Deck or Switch 2? Switch 2. I'm sorry, I have a Steam Deck, and I love it. I barely use it. And the only reason I barely use my Steam Deck is because of my PC. I have a kick-ass PC. My PC, and this thing is like, I barely leave the house as is. So, if I don't really have a reason to use my Steam Deck. Is it a really good system? It's fantastic. But I also just barely use it because of my PC. At this point, if I'm going to use a handheld, I'm either using my Switch or my 3DS, which I actually have on my desk right now. It's in my hand now. Chat, I was playing on my 3DS recently. Anyone been lifting? No, but I did use a treadmill today.
I am planning to do, like I said, chat. If you want to do, if you want to see me do squat streams, I will do squats.
I should be doing squats. I should be doing sit-ups. I should be getting like an exercise routine for every day.
Yeah, but I have a goal set up for that. For the squat streams. We'll do it in VR chat. And I will commit to more than just one stream. I promise there'll be multiple streams.
I admit, I would like to stream Ring Fit. The only reason I don't play Ring Fit is because, and Akko can attest this, I live on a house that is not exactly flat with the earth. So, when I do Ring Fit, the entire house shakes. Is the house going to fall because of that?
Tim?
No.
Why does it shake, Tim?
Because I'm overweight. Which is why I should be doing it, but it's also the reason why I'm not doing it.
Nice. Nice. Don't forget to like the stream, chat. Very much appreciated.
Ring Fit does take a lot of
amazing.
it. It does. Yeah.
It does. But I'll be doing Ring Fit.
Ironically,
Ring Fit to,
I have two pairs of Joy-Cons. My original pair of Joy-Cons, which started drifting, I immediately turned those into my Ring Fit controllers. Because, like, if I don't have to use the thumbsticks, then I'm going to keep my spare pair of Joy-Cons from my Switch, and my original pair, which are drifting, for Ring Fit.
How thick are you?
I'm not answering that question.
He's not answering that question.
But I am overweight.
There you go, chat. Oh, goodness.
My model is kind of accurate.
Not really.
The red hair is accurate. The eyes are accurate. That's it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you know what? This is something I wanted to bring up. Chat. TCG Card Shop Simulator.
Oh, yeah. You get to play as a card. So, explain that to me again.
So, TCG Card Shop Simulator is... Basically, it's a sim game where the whole point is you run a card shop. Like, you can build it, you can host tournaments, you can sell card packs, you can, like, and you can open packs of cards.
Yeah.
And every card you get, the game will tell you how much that card is worth. Now, these are completely unique cards to the game. So none of them are like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon, etc. These are 100% unique to the game. But the game will tell you how much that card is worth, and it depending on the cost, you can actually sell that individual card, and the money you make from like the store, you can put back by buying more cards for yourself or by buying boxes. And basically, it is literally building a card shop. It's just TCGs.
Cool.
Did you see the trailer for it?
No, I don't think so.
Here.
I'll have to watch it another time. Well, there we go, chat. Now we have the best supercomputer recipe. I just need to make cooling systems. And then I have it. Which is awesome, because supercomputers suck to make.
What about Coin Game? What's Coin Game? Hold on. The Coin Game? Or is it
more minutes.
just Coin?
And then I kind of want to end off soon. I'm going to raid Mizu.
Okay. But I wanted to bring up Card Shop Simulator because its all-time peak of 12 hours ago is 50,450 players. This game is $13 full price and early access.
Damn.
Yeah. It is very popular. Like, it is very popular.
I believe it. Sounds
Like,
very popular.
it has 9,240 user reviews on Steam. 96% of them are positive. It is overwhelmingly positive. And it came out on the 15th of September.
When's there going to be a wagey simulator? I don't think you want to do that, chat. I wouldn't want to do that. Oh, goodness. I don't know. I don't know, it sounds cool, though.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those, like, kind of like, not Satisfactory, but like Power Wash Simulator. It's a sim game. And sim games aren't for everyone. I might still pick it up because it's cheap. And
Right.
because it is so early in early access, like, it's only to get more expensive the more updates it gets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Fair enough. It sounds cool, though. It sounds cool, though. Anyway. We've been going for 2 hours here. I think we're going to be done. It's 1 a.m. for me. I have a
You
job
should
to
go
do
to bed.
tomorrow. So, chat. I can't raid Mizu normally on YouTube because he doesn't have monetization. We're going to raid him on Twitch, and then I have a link. Alright? Click that link. Go raid Mizu. Go say hello. I hope he's still alive, and I'm not just saying this. He's still alive. Awesome. So go raid Mizu. Please. Pretty please. And I will be back tomorrow night for one more stream before I bounce out and start moving. Please pray for the people in Florida because apparently there is a hurricane coming. I have family there. And I feel bad for them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic day.
Have a good night, chat. I'm not rating Mizu, but you all have fun with Mizu. You have a good one, chat.